Hey guys, welcome to the 193rd C# tutorial that I'm making for the new Boston, and in this tutorial we're going to continue working on our writer class. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is create a method to write a single byte. So we're just going to create a public method with a return type of void, since we don't need the user to get any information from this method, and then we're just going to name this method write bytes, since that's exactly what it's going to be doing, just writing a single byte. And then we're going to need to get what byte the user wants written. So we're just going to have the user pass through here the byte they want to write. And we're just going to say byte, and I'm just going to call it to write. Alright. And now we're just going to use the write method inside of the binary writer class to write this single byte. So we're just going to say bw.write, and then that single byte that the user wants us to write. So to write. Alright. Now, just like in the reader class, we just had something for a read byte, and we don't really have to do much to the read byte or write byte because it's just a single byte and doesn't have anything to do with big endian or little endian. But now in the next method, we're going to have to, when we're writing a byte array, actually change the order of the byte array depending on if it's big endian or little endian. So we're going to go right here and create a new method. So we're going to say public void write bytes, and in this method the user will be able to write a byte array. So we're just going to say byte array and then bytes to write. Alright, and like I said, if the user has the byte order set to big endian, then we're going to have to reverse this bytes to write array, so it'll end up writing it in the correct order, because defaultly the binary writer class, just like the binary reader class, will write in little endian. So what we're going to have to say here is if byte order equals byte order dot big endian, then we're just going to have to reverse this bytes to write array. So we're just going to say array dot reverse dot reverse, and then that bytes to write array. So we're just going to basically reverse this array's order. Alright, and only if it's big endian it'll reverse the array, and then after that we're just going to have it write this byte array. So we're just going to say bw for our binary writer dot write, and then our byte array right here, so bytes to write. Alright, so let me just explain why we're going to have to reverse it right here. So imagine if the user passed through here a byte array with two elements in it. It had ff and then fe. Alright, so basically what the user wants us to see in the file would be ff and then fe right inside of the file. So they'd want to see ff and then fe right like that. Alright, well, if we didn't have this if statement right here, what it would just go ahead and do is start writing at the write. So it'd start writing and be like, alright, we're going to write ff, and then we're going to go here and write fe. Alright, so that's little endian, perfect. Well, if it's big endian, we want it to start writing at the left. So we want it to start writing ff and then fe like that way. Oops. Fe like that. So as you can see, if we didn't reverse it, it would end up writing fe ff. Well, if it's big endian, we want it to write ff fe. Alright. So now that you understand that, let's just move on to writing integers, like an int16 for example. So we're going to go right here and say public void write int 16, and then we're just going to have them pass through the short or the int 16 that they want to write. So we're just going to say right here short, and I'm just going to call this to write. Alright, so just like before, we're going to have to reverse it if the byte order is big endian. So we're going to say byte array buffer equals bit converter dot get bytes, and then that short to write, so to write. And the reason that we're converting it into a byte array is so that we'll be able to reverse it if the byte order is big endian, and then we can just write it as a byte array at the end. So we're just going to say right here if byte order that the user has set is big endian, then we just want to reverse this buffer array. So if it's big endian, we're just going to say array dot reverse and then buffer. And only if it's big endian it'll reverse it, otherwise it's do nothing, and then we're just going to write that buffer array right here. So we're just going to say BW for our binary writer, and then .write, and then we're just going to write this byte array right here called buffer. Alright, and you're going to want to do this for all the different data types. So for an int, for a uint16, for an int32, a uint32, an int64, and a uint64. So I'm just going to give you a real quick example of just changing this. So all you're going to have to really do is copy it, paste, change the name of the method. So it'll be a uint16 now. We're writing a ushort, so an unsigned int16, and that's really all you have to do. So you're going to want to do that for, like I said, int32, uint32, int64, and uint64. Alright, and one more thing that you're probably going to want to do is just have a quick summary of what each method does. But it's not mandatory, but I think it just makes it a lot easier for a user to read your class. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this tutorial, so see you guys.